Welcome to A Brief Respite. I'm your host, Michael Lane, and welcome to the hold on. To the fourth episode of my podcast. Had to make sure. At this point in time, I don't know how long this is going to run, as this is completely unscripted and I don't know what to do. But I will find out. Maybe I'll do it on one take too. I guess what I have for you tonight is a bunch of stories that I've lived through. Little bits and pieces of my life. I guess nothing new, but a bit more compact. But, ooh. What's that over there? Can you see it? Oh my gosh, it's an amazing transition. Today I walked in the choir, and a 5'8" hydro flask marked me late for class. So very cool, very fun. No offense meant to the hydro flask. The choir in general is just very fun. The people in there and the songs we sing. Honestly, one of the best classes I've ever had. And it's truly changed my life in so many ways. It's changed my humor and my outlook on myself. It's changed how I act, how I speak, how I think. But how I think hasn't really changed. But I've gotten so much better in so many aspects. It's sort of broken me out of a shell that I used to be in. Where I was a bit more quiet than I usually am. And worried about how I would fit in this big puzzle we call life. But the people I've met and all the things we've done, this is changing for the better, and I'm so grateful for it. Many of you might not know the quote-unquote old Michael, even though there really isn't an old Michael. I still am the same person that I was before. Just the person changes and grows over time. So he's not gone, he's just different. He's right here. I guess a better way to say it is how I used to be. And I am quite glad that old Michael has changed and evolved to be like this now. I'm very happy with how old Michael is. And what he's turned out to be. But I feel like a lot of people aren't. Or they're not happy with how they are. But I'm personally very content with who I am. I'm very happy with where I am today. I'm content with how I look, how I feel, how I sound. Which I find it weird how many people don't like their voices. But I am very happy with mine. Some of you may have been able to guess. But it's very interesting. So many of my friends that I've met in choir have all such amazing voices. Like, so many of them are just like way better than I am. The people I call my peers are just better in a lot of ways. Especially in encore. Like, goodness gracious. Feels like I shouldn't even be there. I mean, not really, but just a bit. I think we all have a place to fill, and You guys are doing a great job, even if you may not think it. And I'm not going to do any name drops because I don't know how comfortable you guys are with that, or if you're fine with it. So I'll keep my mouth shut about that. Unless you guys want me to say your names and broadcast it to the world. Now, this episode might be a bit of a hodgepodge with no real structure or anything, but that's just fine with me. Continuing on the topic of choir, I think my teacher has also had one of the biggest impacts in my life. My choir teacher is just a master at what he does. It's incredible to see. He loves what he does, and he's so passionate and so puts his heart and soul into what he does. It's something I really admire. How much effort he puts in for all of us to shape us, to shape our voices to what we can really be. And sort of herd the cats that is choir. Which he's very good at. He's probably listening right now. But I've known this ever since I met him, my freshman year. He really is something special. I'm very grateful for every one of you. For everyone in choir and everyone I've met there. And how you all have changed me so much for the better. I'm very grateful and very happy for it. Which feels like I keep repeating. But it's very true. It's something I want to get across. I think the turning point of when I really started to change, like, how I acted was right around last year. When I met certain people, or no, not last year, I think the year before that, where I met a few friends outside of choir. I think that's what really broke me out of my shell. Or it started at least. I realized that I can be funny, indeed. And it was just so easy to be like that in front of them. While in front of others, it's just hard to even, figure out something to say. Hard to barely even make conversation with some people. It's weird to think about. And then my junior year, I met even more people that sort of fully cemented that change in me. And ever since I met them, it's just been this huge branching tree of people and experiences and me changing and growing. So I'm really happy for it. A lot of those people have graduated and are going on their own separate paths, farther away from here. And that's fine, but I will miss them. And I'm pretty sure a few of them are listening right now. Just a few of them. Certain people in Utah. It's a BYU. Kind of cringe, to be honest. Kind of mid. But I'm very grateful. It's probably what I'm going to call this episode. I gotta write that down. Grateful Hodgepodge. Cool. What does it even mean? The freak is a hodgepodge? I'm gonna look that up. Hodgepodge. Definition. A confused mixture. Sounds about right. Also, without all those people I've met, everything I've experienced, to think this podcast wouldn't even be here right now. I wouldn't be in this recording studio that I'm very lucky to be able to use. So shout out to Evit in the radio and audio department, which I am a part of. I'm very happy and I'm very grateful for it. I'm very lucky to have met everyone and experienced everything and grown in such a way. And broken out of my shell and everything that's happened. Really everything. And I very much look forward to everything I'll learn and grow with in the future, and all the people I'll meet. I'm very excited to find out who I'll meet and what I'll see and experience. I know there's so much ahead of me. So many things that are going to bring me such joy and happiness, and also sadness along the way. Which, a bit of sadness here and there is I don't know, maybe it's healthy for you. Hopefully not too much, but just a bit. Just a bit to keep me balanced. But to tell the truth, I don't really want to leave. Because I'm going to be graduating soon. All these people that I've met. Everything that makes me so happy this year. It's going to be gone soon. In under a year. Come January. Or whenever we graduate. I don't know. That's what really makes me sad. This is all coming to an end. I'm gonna miss it so much. I know I'll look back on this experience very fondly. With joy and happiness. Even though I wish I could stay here forever, I'll have to leave eventually. And that's inevitable. That's just how it is. I'll graduate and depart on my path, wherever it may take me. Just like all the friends who graduated last year and are going to graduate soon. I know that what lies ahead of us is so much more incredible than what lies behind us. Things we can't imagine. I know we will. I'm tearing up just talking about this. Dude, a lot of you haven't seen me cry, but maybe you'll hear me cry at some point. Inaudibly. I spill like that. But yeah. For one last bit, I'll share with you something from my notes. If I can find anything. I'm thankful for the small memories. Memories attached to little fond moments. Maybe a bit underwhelming, but does mean a lot to me. But anyways, thank you for joining me tonight in this unorganized ramble. I don't know how incomprehensible this may sound when I edit this whole thing, but who knows? But anyways, this has been a brief respite. Now, fall asleep.